What is going on, YouTube? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget the bell. Now, yesterday, very sad news broke. An all-time great, a legend, has passed away. John Witherspoon, a comedy legend, acting. He even kind of fit into the hip-hop culture. He just wore many hats, was well-liked, and had a really long career. So we're just going to look over some, facts and highlights of his career. Now, he's from Detroit, Michigan, and late in the 70s is when he really, started landing some jobs as he was really pursuing comedy, stand-up comedy. He started landing all kinds of TV roles, which he consistently did throughout his whole career. Now, some of the early shows that he was on was the Richard Pryor Show, The Incredible Hulk, What's Happening, Good Times, WKRP in Cincinnati, and he even, as I said, was landing roles late in his career on more recent shows such as Blackish and Anger Management. Now, in most of these shows, he was not a main character or a recurring character. He just made appearances in, some episodes here and there. But in 1995, he landed the role of Pops on the Wayans Brothers, which when I did a video yesterday, someone commented, I believe, and was saying that they really liked that show. That was 101 episodes. And as I said, he played character who was their father named Pops, which was his nickname in real life. And that's kind of something that you can kind of say about his career, is that in a lot of different whether they were movies or shows or even music videos, his character kind of was really similar from project to project, which is really interesting. There's a lot of actors that kind of have that going on, but a lot of times, they're just playing a different role in every movie. But his character was just, everyone found him funny, so they kind of stayed close to, the characteristics from project to project. Now, something else that is pretty interesting about him, a lot of people remember the Boondocks, okay, which has a cult following, satirical, comedy about the hip-hop world and its influence on everyday culture and different things like that. We could talk about the Boondocks for hours. Great show, which is slated for a comeback. And as I was saying in a previous video I did, I don't know that they started working on that show, so I don't know if he will be in the comeback, but it definitely won't be the same if they don't have his character on there. And another show, Black Jesus, which has kind of had delays in their later seasons. He was a main character on that show. These are both Adult Swim shows. He was really tight with the Adult Swim people. He also worked on an animated show on Adult Swim, another animated show called The Jellies. But what I'm talking about here is on the Boondocks, he was obviously, did voiceover work. Well, he worked on a lot of other animated shows doing voiceover, and Happily Ever After is one of them. Kim Possible, which is a Disney show I'm sure some of you guys heard of. Black Dynamite, he was a main character on that one. The Jellies, which I just mentioned, and then Waynehead, which was a show that only lasted one season and was based on Damon Wayans' childhood and life. And this guy just did a lot, voiceover work. And something you can say about his animated career is that in most of his animated projects, his character was similar to his character, in his real life shows, and even looked like him, if you get what I'm saying. Because a lot of times people do a lot of voiceover work for animated shows, but it's just some random different animated character. John Witherspoon's character was the same guy that he was in all his other acting roles. Now, as we were talking about how he's been in the game forever and, done so much different work, he made a lot of friends. Now, some of his really famous friends that he was really close with was Eddie Murphy and Charlie Murphy, which they worked together Boomerang, classic, and Vampire in Brooklyn, which is a good one too. Kind of a slept-on Eddie Murphy movie, if you ask me. And there's a clip out there you can go check out that's very interesting, where Eddie Murphy John Witherspoon is talking about how in Boomerang, because of production costs and things like that, they were going to cut his part out. But Eddie Murphy was like, then we just won't make this movie. You're not going to take my man Witherspoon's part out of the movie. And they just improvised it all. And that's another role that he played, as he played someone's father, like a father that just was visiting in the movie. And same kind of characteristics, humor, and everything that we've seen in his other roles. But some other friends that he had, famous friends, were Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, who they passed across a lot, because Robin Williams was in the game a long time as well. Rest in peace to Robin Williams, who's been dead for a few years now. And Leno and Letterman. Now check this out. This is a factoid right here for you. John Witherspoon's two sons, godfathers, is actually David Letterman. So I find that to be kind of interesting. But he also did some music videos like we just talked about. Now, since his passing, I've seen the clip from the Field Mob video, So Sick of Being Lonely, which, that whole Ruda to the Tuda skit he did there was pretty funny. But he also appeared in a Jay-Z video, that I'm a Hustler Baby joint, and a Goody Mob video, and a couple others as well. So John Witherspoon, as I was talking about in the beginning, really wore a lot of different hats in comedy, TV, movies, and there's a lot more to this man's career, obviously, but this was just some quick things I wanted to go over and share with you guys. So get in the comment thread, share your favorite memories and roles of John Witherspoon. Rest in peace, Witherspoon. The man was a great, and he will live on forever, his memory. And I will catch you guys on the next video. If you didn't in the beginning, press that subscribe button, and don't forget the bell. This is Jay Coffee Talk, daily content dropping on everything. Have a great day, you guys. Peace.